the sky, casting a pallid glow over the quiet town that harbored a tale both sinister and unsettling. Jonathan, on the cusp of embarking on a military journey, felt compelled to share the horrifying incident that unfolded just before he was drafted. Little did he know that his European odyssey would plunge him into a nightmarish abyss, awakening forces beyond the comprehension of mortal minds. Jonathan's journey began as a promising adventure, fueled by the joy of securing admission to his dream university. As a freshman, he seized the opportunity to embark on a dream European trip, financed through the sweat of part-time work during summer vacation. The prospect of exploring distant lands like France and Italy ignited his excitement, but the journey that unfolded would be anything but ordinary. Despite meticulous planning and research into travel tips, Jonathan's overseas escapade transformed into a series of disconcerting challenges. His resilience saw him through, and as he neared the end of his journey, a misguided act on the last day would unleash a malevolent force that would forever alter the fabric of his reality. Frustrated by the lack of photos featuring his own face, Jonathan impulsively defiled the sacred walls of an ancient church that had weathered the passage of over 800 years. His bold pen etched his name, date, and the audacious phrase, "I was here," onto the time-worn surface. Unbeknownst to him, this seemingly harmless act would beckon an ancient darkness to life. Returning home from his European sojourn, Jonathan's physical well-being deteriorated rapidly. High fever and intense body pain greeted him on the night of his return, overshadowing any attempt to boast about his continental conquests. While the fever subsided, a lingering weakness and unexplained fear plagued him, unleashing a torrent of nightmares so vivid and horrifying that they transcended the boundaries of the ordinary dream realm. In one recurring nightmare, Jonathan found himself hanging not from a bed, but from a colossal bookshelf mirroring the eerie imagery of the tarot card, the Hanged Man. Faceless entities more akin to otherworldly spirits than human beings surrounded him. Their ghostly expressions filled the air with laughter as they questioned him, only to have their throats gruesomely cut, etching their horrifying faces into Jonathan's tortured memory. Days turned to nights, and the nightmares persisted, rendering Jonathan increasingly sensitive and unable to lead a semblance of a normal life. In the midst of his physical pain and unsettling dreams, his grandmother's words, tinged with a sense of the spiritual, haunted his thoughts. A feeling gnawed at him, suggesting that his ailment might be more than a mere physical affliction, an ominous sign that his spiritual well-being was in jeopardy. One fateful night, the nightmares transcended the boundaries of the dream realm. Jonathan, in a state between wakefulness and sleep, found himself compelled to witness a spectral scene outside his window. The school dorm parking lot and streetlights emerged from a thin layer of fog, and within it materialized a nightmarish figure on horseback. Bound by scissors, Jonathan's body became an unwilling spectator to the unfolding horror. The entity, unlike any encountered before, knelt on a massive platform resembling a professor's desk. It moved not as a person would, but as a puppet with disjointed legs frozen in place. Every figure within the school premises, woman, man, child, fell victim to merciless throat-slitting. Their lifeless eyes and bluish faces revealed an existence beyond the realm of the living. A woman running with desperation in her ghostly appearance locked eyes with Jonathan through the window. Her cry for help echoed through the night, but her terror-stricken face indicated a truth much more horrifying. She was no living person. The figure on horseback raised a colossal sword, pointing it mercilessly at Jonathan as it sat by the window. The chilling touch of the blade against his neck sent shivers down his spine, But, miraculously, he woke up. The nightmares persisted, weaving a tapestry of psychological torment that rendered Jonathan increasingly disturbed. Overwhelmed by fear and guilt, he finally confided in his parents about the desecration of the old Western church, the damning photos, and the haunting nightmares. Concerned for their son, his parents sought the intervention of a shaman, whose arrival at their home was met with shock and trepidation. The shaman, holding Jonathan's hands firmly, exclaimed in disbelief, "What have you done to bring such a powerful spirit here?" Scolding him for his impulsive act, the shaman emphasized the urgency of seeking refuge with military officers to avert further calamities. According to the shaman, it was the only way to quell the wrath of the ghost now unleashed upon Jonathan's life. Determined to heed the shaman's advice, Jonathan applied for enlistment with a sense of urgency. Fortunately, an early admission paved the way for his refuge within the protective confines of the military. Until the day of enlistment, Jonathan dared not step outside, paralyzed by the fear of impending consequences. In order to safeguard his well-being, the shaman placed a small-sized wooden effigy resembling a human at their doorstep. Jonathan clung to the belief that this wooden guardian would protect him from the malevolent forces that sought his undoing. As the day of enlistment loomed, a surprise awaited all who witnessed the strange supernatural events that had gripped Jonathan's life. The effigy at the front door, a symbol of protection, split in half as if cleaved with an ethereal axe. This ominous occurrence marked the end of its protective role, leaving Jonathan to face an uncertain fate within the protective cocoon of military service. The tale of Jonathan, etched in the annals of the supernatural, serves as a chilling reminder that the echoes of the past can reverberate through the fabric of one's existence. His journey, marked by a moment of impulsive arrogance, unfurled a cascade of horrors that transcended the boundaries between the tangible and the ethereal. The shadows of the ghost lingered, a silent testament to the consequences of meddling with forces beyond mortal comprehension.